Hello boys and girls. So this is a Fletcher game I played a few days ago. I haven't uploaded it till now because I've just been busy with work and procrastinating. But I'm gonna try kind of the constant or constant commentating, kind of give you an idea of what I was thinking as I was playing, and so we'll see how that goes. So right now I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's an okay game, no Yama to play against. They've got the Hinden, which has radar, but the Mogami doesn't. I have the Destroyer advantage over the Kagero and Benson, so I'm like, yeah, this could be an okay game. We've also got the Hikuru over the Midway, so hopefully our Hikuru will live up to his expectations and beat out the enemy CV. So, seeing as I've spawned B, I'm gonna rush B. Most of the time I try and rush a cap and domination in my destroyers. Might not be the best plan all the time, but it's kind of just how I play. It's what I feel comfortable doing, because then it doesn't allow the team to be like, what the fuck are you doing, destroyer running away. And especially in this game where I am the only destroyer on my team, it is my best option to rush B, seeing as they have 2 destroyers to my 1. And so if I can get an early cap in, we should be good to start that little point income. Now, I asked here if the Hinden had radar, but I'm pretty sure that it does. Pretty sure that the Hindenburg does have radar, but I did not know at the time, and so I wanted to check in chat and got a no, but let's find out. I will look it up in a bit. I don't actually see consumables there. So here I'm like, yeah, I'm doing alright. Capping, no destroyer. Things are going pretty well. So, I'm like, yeah, this might be easy. We know they have 1 destroyer in A. And then I realize that our cap is stopped. And so usually when I realize that, I do let the team know, hey, I'm like, hey, there's a destroyer here. There's somebody else here in the cap with me. And so, I just wait and see what happens. Now, I don't know what those little puffs of smoke that you saw right there are. Not really sure. So yeah. Right here I was worried about getting spotted by these planes, and I actually don't get spotted by them. You can see on the right, there's my detection ranges. By air, it's 3.6. By sea, it's 6.4. I don't actually get detected by them on that first run by. They do come back around, though, and they do eventually spot me. But my biggest worry is this destroyer, who is still in B, and who essentially could torp at any moment, which is what I'm really, really worried about. I'm kind of expecting random torps, which is why I'm kind of moving back and forth, but they're not huge course adjustments, and this is where I'm spotted. And you can actually see right there, you can see 2 torps from the destroyer, and then here's another set, which means he did a really, yeah, there's 4 of his 5, I don't know where his 5th one landed. It means he did a really, really wide set from a pretty decent distance, probably that island there in the distance is where he launched it at. And so I popped my smoke. I'm like, no, I'm not going to deal with this right now. But I don't stay where I'm sitting at in my smoke. I move back just slightly so that if the smoke gets torped, hopefully they're aiming where they last saw me and they don't think to adjust their course. And there you go. You just had that small flash of the Benson. And if we go back to my player cam, you can see that I have noticed him, and I do start taking shots. Now I'm like, here we go. I see him broadsiding, and I'm like, he's probably going for torps, so let's try and get those out. Let's try and hit his torps, knock him out before he can launch. And you see right there, I actually do hit one of his torpedo launchers and in-cap it. But he is able to get his first one off, and you'll see he blew his repair and actually got his second one off. And so we are moving, and I kind of move slowly here. I start slowing down because I'm like, I should be able to stay in the smoke and avoid the torps. But if you notice, one thing I didn't see here is I think he's still alive. I think the destroyer's still alive, and you can actually see a faint outline of his ship, and then right there I see that, hey, our CV dropped his torps in and actually killed the Benson for me, which also allowed me to cap. So, that is one destroyer down. Nice, I compliment the CV on his drop. And we have a cap. We have one cap at the moment. We're working on C up there. And so I'm like, alright, well, with the Benson gone, I know that the Kagero was last down at A, though he's probably moving up here. I can move out of my smoke. The CV's planes have left, enemy CV. So, I can move around and I can spot some people here. So you see that Azumo down there is actually about, well, he's low health. I don't remember if he was about to die or not, if he actually survived for much longer. But he's not got much time left. You see he's using his repair, or his heal ability, and so he's gained back almost 10,000 health. Which is good for him, but bad for us. Well, good for us too, it means more damage we get to do to him. But since we have C, and it looks like it's a pretty, you can look on the map, it's a pretty handy defeat up there. Most enemy ships are down here. I'm like, I'll head to A and see what I can do. See if I can find this Kagero, which I do. Thanks to the enemy, or the friendly CV's planes, he spots them. And I want to get a little bit closer before I start firing, so that I have a chance to, like, a better chance of hitting him. And then I realize that, one, I'm detected, and two, the Kagero has actually disappeared. And so I stop, and right there I didn't realize that I was launching... Was I launching torps on the Mogami? I thought I adjusted for the Montanas. But anyways, I launched my torps, hoping to hit one of those battleships, kind of get them off of me. And then I start gunning down this Kagero. He made the dumb decision, he actually shot at me, if you noticed. And so that kind of lit him up for about 20 seconds, but it wasn't long enough for me to do a whole lot of damage. So with the Kagero out of sight, I'm going to switch to the battleships, because the Mogami's not a whole huge threat. You can see his shots arcing up over me. These battleships are kind of what I need to worry about. And then, I don't know why I swapped over to the Mogami there. I think it was kind of just having issues picking a target. And then now that everybody's gone, I head out. But the instant I pop out of smoke, you can see I'm spotted by planes. So I'm like, no, I need to get out of here. I need to get back into my smoke, get out of here, and just kind of try to keep from taking any damage. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit there, and I think I might take a torpedo. Let's see if we can dodge them. And we luckily do. Notice a few little lag spikes there. That's actually my internet. It's not the greatest at times. And I actually freeze right here, which isn't the best for me. But I do get away. And you see this Azumo that's... He was 3,000 health earlier. He's back up to 21k now. Let's try and put some fires on him and see if we can help with any damage on this guy. Now I am again detected by planes, so I should be looking for these Mogami shots coming in, but I'm not even paying attention to that. And the Hinden's right there as well, is shooting at me. So I left the Azumo. Kinda issues picking targets. Now I wait to use my repair because I'm like, it's not all too important. And then I had used it because I wasn't spotted. So I'm like, well, if I'm not spotted, I can pop the repair, get my engine back up, be full power, and have time for it to hopefully cool down and come back. So I used my repair, even though I didn't have to. And decided, hey, it won't hurt. Let's see what we can do. Let's head down to A again. From a different angle this time. Down the middle, not such a great idea. And see what we can do here. So, there's not really anybody in range. Don't have many targets to choose from. I remember right, my Fletcher range is in 11 or 12k. I don't have the upgraded range on it. I don't see... I researched it, but I haven't bought it because there's not a huge point to it, in my opinion. I know I'm a gunboat destroyer, but... and there we see a bug. I believe I was targeting the Hindenburg, but it showed me targeting somebody else. One of the Montanas, I think. No. I actually, I don't know. I honestly don't remember. So, anyways, I believe I launched against the Montanas there. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I launched against them though. But as you watch, you're like, oh, those torps look okay to hit a Hindenburg. Let's see what happens here. I bet you can guess. This will make Jingles happy. Though he is a cruiser captain, not a battleship captain. But yeah, that'd make Jingles happy. And like that, we have one kill. So we've essentially doubled our damage, or more. Tripled it almost, from what we've done this game. Now, we've got the Kagero and B. Like, here, I'll help out with this. See what we can do. CV keeps him spotted for a second, but you see my internet lag there. Again. And he's also popping smoke. Now, you notice he's still moving full speed, essentially. So that smoke is not helping him at all. Not one bit. And so you see he's actually getting pretty handily damaged here. His engines are out. But sadly, I do not get the kill. Excuse me. For some reason that second to last volley went high. So, I don't know why, but yeah, it just did. So right now, I'm detected by planes, but there aren't too many huge threats with shots on me right now. So I'm like, it's alright. We'll, be okay for now. And so, I see these two lone battleships, and you actually see it in chat in a second. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go for these guys. I want me some battleships. So, I start turning to do that. And so I'm like, hey, two battleships. I can torp them from invisibility, harass them, it'll be fun. So I'm like, oh, we'll line up a torp drop here. Oh, but he's turning. And then I notice the planes. And I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. I don't want to be caught out open out in the open alone. And so I'm like, we'll turn around. I see that we have the Zhao. Well, we have a Zhao, a Hinden. Actually, a Zhao and two Hindenburgs right here. And so I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna come to you. And you target these planes. And so, you actually see something pretty surprising here. Actually, one, I dodged the bombs somehow. But two, I don't know if they actually targeted them with their AA, but their AA does start shooting down these planes, and so it does help them. And I'm like, oh, this CV's gonna drop his torps on me. Or not. Where's he going with those torps? No, maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's coming back. No, I don't know what he's doing. And I was like, I don't want to get torped, especially by a CV. Getting torped by a CV and a destroyer, not such a great thing. I'm like, we're still paying attention to them. Hoping that they don't just come back and try and surprise torp drop us. You see right there, RCV is actually coming in with reinforcements. He brings in 2 of his fighter squadrons. No, a single fighter squadron. Right? Yeah, a single fighter squadron, and then a float plane from one of the ships. And so he brings them in, kind of deters those torp bombers just for the moment. And so I'm like, well, I still can't do anything because those planes are going to spot my torps the instant I drop them. At this point, I didn't want to move out on my own, out into the open, to try and run away from them. And you see that torp squadron just got annihilated. I didn't want to move out on my own because you have that. I just took 2 hits from one of the Montanas. We got the bombers sitting right there, which I assume are fully loaded. So I'm like, well, I've got the spotting from my local cruisers. So let's shoot. Let's smoke up and let's shoot from smoke. So I launched the torps, knowing they're probably not going to hit. You've got 2 squadrons of planes in between, and it's just not going to work out. You see right here, this guy sees them. They've already been spotted by the planes. He knows they're coming. So he's like, nah, I'm going to turn. So he starts turning. I instantly know my torps aren't going to hit, so I need to start burning him down. I need to start getting a fire as soon as possible. And you notice in the top, we're actually about 100 points from winning. I don't notice this. I'm too narrow-sighted at the moment and focusing on this Montana. So I just keep pelting away at him, keep putting shots into him, trying to set another fire because I know he just blew his repair. So trying to get that second fire, get him burning again. And as if you look, he's 4.6 kilometers away. Now right here, you're gonna see me do something, and in hindsight, I could have played this differently and gotten a torpedo hit on both battleships, but I only went for the one. I could have launched that second set of torpedoes at the battleship in the back and got both of them, because I died, but I do get 2 torpedo hits. Yeah, I only get 2. I do get 2 floods though. But in hindsight, I could have taken that second set and actually launched it at the Montana in the back there and started flooding him out as well. But I got a decent amount of damage on this Montana. You know, he's used his repair. We saw it. He burned it on that one fire that I had on him early. And so now he's burning and flooding in 2 different places. And you can see my damage ranking up there. It's 1400 per tick. And it's just going up. And sadly, I don't get much more. It was an okay game. 109k damage, 149 target hits, 4 torps, 6 incaps, a destroy, 5 fires, 4 floods, 3 defends, and a capture. Got 361,000 credits, 10,500 experience, and 2,100 free XP. Not too bad. You can see we placed top on the team, 2,300 base XP, actually pretty good. We did 70k to that Montana, 109k damage caused total, 33,000 with high explosive, 47,000 torps, and 29,000 with fires and floods. That's actually pretty good for me. Usually it's mainly just main guns for me and torpedoes. No fire and flood damage. And then you also see, here's our final experience, 10,000, like I said, for the ship, 12,000 commander XP with flags and such. And then we came out with about 157,000 credits, so not too bad.